What if I told you the best player you ever saw never actually got to finish his story? That somewhere in an alternate universe, Michael Jordan isn't the GOAT. Because 5 other players, 5 ghosts of what could have been, rewrote basketball history.
Collison, he flies up the floor. Grant Hill rejected. Wow, that was impressive.
Whoa, did you see that pass? That was a Harlem Globetrotter move, baby. Everyone looked the other.
Shot clock at 9. Murray takes it and tried to jam and was rejected at the rim. It was almost saved by Beverly. Kawhi Leonard is doing it all.
And now Rose picked up a loose ball and puts it in.
Back to Blake, to Roy, three-pointer for the lead. Yeah!
But in our world, they never got the chance. We're talking about players who had GOAT-level talent, but something cruel happened. Something that didn't just end their careers, it erased entire legacies. And the worst part, most of these tragedies could have been prevented.
Leaking out, Grant Hill, and now he's grabbing his right leg.
Yeah, it's before he comes down. It's the plant right there.
Again, that's what they call all the time when you get your feet into the landing space of the shooter.
These are the heartbreaking what-if scenarios that haunt franchise history. The players who should be in the GOAT conversation, but instead became what not to do. Now, before we dive into these stories, you need to understand something. It wasn't just the injuries. It was an era of bad luck and bad medicine. And when you see how close they came to greatness, it'll make you sick to your stomach. Let's start with the player who beat Michael Jordan at his own game.
Brian Williams. Grant Hill with the jumper. Got a nice screen out of the corner. Brian Williams, 2 plays in a row. A block shot and a steal. Grant Hill gives it off to Stackhouse for the slam.
1994. Grant Hill arrives. Magic Johnson's size with Michael Jordan's athleticism.
Ahead to Grant, to the rim for the jam. He dunked! He dunked over Mourning!
Magnificent block and a 3-point play. This could be one of those plays that the Suns remember for a long time.
Second year, he's an all-star starter with 1,358,004 votes.
Forward, he led the Foot Locker All-Star balloting with more than 1 million votes in each of his 2 seasons in the NBA. From the Detroit Pistons, Grant Hill.
Topping the recently unretired Michael Jordan himself. He was the first player ever to lead the league in all-star voting as a rookie. March 2000, he rolls his ankle. He's told it's just a sprain and tries to play through it.
Leaking out, Grant Hill, and now he's grabbing his right leg. Grant Hill is grabbing that right leg, and he is in some serious pain. This is the 4th time already in the first quarter that he has crashed to the ground.
But the pain gets worse. He's never given an X-ray leading up to the playoffs. By the time they finally check, it's not a sprain, it's a broken ankle. He signs a $93 million max contract with Orlando. He's supposed to team up with T-Mac. Instead, he plays just 47 games over the next 4 seasons.
Grant with 3 fouls, has to be careful, goes inside with a power mash. Get out of the way, body. Grant was 6. Well, Grant Hill working against Juwan Howard. Dunks! And the quiet crowd comes to life in a hurry.
Boy, how quick was that? He puts a crossover.
Defense here for a few minutes. Oops.
Grant Hill, flashback with a right hand.
Now that was...
Got to be a little nerves out there, huh, George?
Oh, no question. Pistons do win the tap. Here's an alley-oop, and right now, Joe D delivers, and so does Grant Hill. Grant Hill. Oh, he made it. What a shot by Grant Hill. He's fouled on the play.
Grant Hill with a circus shot, just enough English off the glass.
The ankle gets infected after surgery. A staph infection so bad doctors tell him he might lose his actual foot. Grant Hill should have been top 10 all time. Instead, he's a ghost. Shaq calls him the best teammate he's ever had. Better than Kobe, better than Wade.
He didn't get injured, yes. Oh, hold on. Penny came in like that.
Penny was a dog.
Hold on, Penny came in like that. It took Kobe maybe 2.5 years to get to that level. Penny came in, he was already like that.
Yeah.
First year he came in, we went to the finals.
By his second season, Penny averages 20.9 points and 7.2 assists, leading Orlando to the finals. He was the next face of the NBA.
Missing there, and it's a crack made now. And they have the slam by Penny Hardaway. He's got Burrell to beat, and he just, tear down the rim.
December 1996, a routine drive. Penny plants his knee and it just gives out. Torn meniscus. He tries to fight through it to hold the fort without Shaq, but by 1997 he can hardly walk. He had the handle of Magic and the athleticism of Kobe, but his knees had other plans. Kobe Bryant called Brandon Roy the toughest player he ever faced. He was Damian Lillard before Damian Lillard, but Roy had a secret.
A three-pointer, got it! It's down to 7. Roy with the left scores again. Rick Carlisle needs a 20-second timeout.
His knees had no cartilage, bone on bone. 2011, Roy is forced to retire at just 27 years old.
Well, Brandon Roy is going to have to file for a medical retirement today. This is one of the great players in the league the past few years, but he's had degenerative knees for so long, and he's finally going to, according to sources.
The same age, LeBron won his first MVP. Modern medicine might have saved him with the biologic therapies we use today, but in 2011, his career was a basketball tragedy. We're watching potential GOATs disappear in real time. Derrick Rose, the youngest MVP ever at 22.
You led this Bulls team to the best record in the NBA. You are the youngest MVP in NBA history. Very valuable players. You are the most valuable, and it is my pleasure to award to you the Kia NBA 2010-11 MVP trophy.
Was never the same after his 2012 ACL tear.
Let's see how he comes down on the left leg. Keep an eye on the left leg. There. Yep, when he planted, that's when whatever happened. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's before he comes down. It's the plant right there on that left leg.
There was some give. There was some give on that knee, and you could see it.
Kawhi Leonard hasn't reached the 70-game mark since 2017, playing in only about 53% of possible games since then.
Gingerly getting up. Again, that's what they call all the time when you get your feet into the landing space of the shooter. That ankle taking a pounding here in the third quarter, one that was already sore.
And now in 2026, we've entered the era of slop ball. Fouls and free throws are at a 20-year high because defenses are prioritizing turnovers over avoiding fouls. We are literally watching the game slow down while our stars break down. Every healthy game is a gift because basketball history is littered with ghosts. Don't take your favorite player for granted. Who's your biggest what-if player? Drop it in the comments below. If you want to see why the NBA clutch is officially dying due to these foul trends, click this video next.